like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by play. Day by day.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day. Listen.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day.
Boom. And just like that, we are live. What's good, everybody? And thanks for tuning in today at night, live off the late night. It's 11 p.m., but I'm wide awake. I slept for 4 hours for the past 2 nights straight, but I feel good. I'm feeling full of energy. I got my notes. I got my phone. I got my drink. I'm glad y'all are tuning in, whether you're on Instagram, Twitch, or YouTube. We're streaming on all three: Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. So, if you can't tell, the title of tonight's episode is BBWs. That's all it is. We don't know what's next with it. Just BBWs. I did that for a reason. So, if you didn't tune in last Thursday, and by the way, these are going to be checking in from Fayetteville, North Carolina, first-time visitor. Let me go ahead and highlight that right quick. That's on IG. Appreciate that. Eric G too. What's good, bro? So tonight's episode is BBWs. Why BBWs, Dave? Because we are showing love to plenty of women who are plenty of women. Last week we talked about BBLs. We got rid of the L and we put a W there because that's all we doing over here day and night and day by day is we winning. And them L stands for lessons, not losses, all right? So we done with the propaganda. We done with the shenanigans. We done with the silicone. We got BBLs out of here. Now we talking about BB dubs, baby. Now, it's crazy because I thought everyone knew what a BBW was. Apparently not. My mom didn't know what a BBW was. Like, a lot of people was like, what is BBW? So for those who don't know, I'm going to spend the first few minutes breaking it down. All right. But before we do that, I got to shout out everybody that's tuning in. IG was good. YouTube was good. Twitch was good. IG is really booming right now. Kevo, what it do, baby? It's my dog right there. What up, Kev? Eric G from Fayetteville, North Carolina. So real quick, let me say this. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. There are a lot of Fayettevilleans out here in Charlotte, and y'all are deep. Like, y'all are really deep out here in Charlotte. So shout out to Fayetteville in the building. Shout out to New York in the building. My dog Kevo. Brooklyn to be exact. Where Brooklyn at? Come on now. We here, Kevo. Is Brooklyn in the house or what? Everybody tuning in on IG. Let me know what's good. Let me know where y'all chiming in from. Oh, wait. Let me do one more thing right quick. And boom. All right, we're good. Yeah, whether y'all calling in from the East Coast, down south, up north, Saudi Arabia, Georgia, the country, not the state. Let me know where y'all chiming in from. 704 in the building. Okay, Charlotte, we here. I know Charlotte is deep. BK, baby. I know Brooklyn is deep. Brooklyn is in the building. New York in general has taken over Charlotte, really. And I love it. So, all right, we're going to get into it. BBWs, not BBLs. Last week was BBLs. That's passe. We're talking about BBWs today. So for those who don't know, and surprisingly, it's a lot of y'all that don't know, BBW stands for big, beautiful women, big boned women, big back women, whatever you call it, is just the more voluptuous, larger type females in the world. That's what a BBW is. All right. As my grandfather says, the type of woman that keeps you warm in the winter and shade in the summer. Shout out to Pops for that. That was a bar, by the way. So that's what a BBW is, all right? It's a large woman. So tonight we're going to show love to the large woman from past, present, and future. Hopefully not future. All right, we're going to talk about that towards the end. But okay, hold on right quick. Let me get to these comments. Diamond, I'm from Orlando, Florida, but I'm in Charlotte now. Well, welcome to Charlotte first and foremost. Charlotte's my second home at this point. I've been out here for 3 years. And second of all, welcome to Day by Day, Day at Night. We're here every Thursday night, but for the sake of Halloween, we are here tonight. New York ain't take over Charlotte. Did I say they took over? It's just a lot of people from New York and Charlotte. That's what I meant by that. But it's a lot of people from New York everywhere. But anyway, so that's what the BBW is, all right? So when I put the title of this episode out, my mom sent me a couple women, was like, is this a BBW? Is this BBW? I was like, nah, ma, that's not a BBW. That's just a thick chick. So what I'm going to do to start this off is I'm going to do a little bit of clarification for the purpose of full discretion to get this thing started, all right? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to break down the size tiers of women so that you don't get confused. Slim thick for thick or thick for BBW, whatever may have you. I'm going to go ahead and break it down for y'all. All right. I know that the call-in line is at the bottom of the screen, but if you could wait, I'll let y'all know in about 20 minutes when the call-in line is open. All right. But here's what we're going to do. This is size tiers of women to eliminate any confusion. All right. We're going to start with slim. Okay. So you got slim. Slim can be anywhere from very skinny like Zendaya to, just slim like Kelly Rowland. All right. That's slim. That whole slim category. That's a slim joints. All right. Then you got slim thick. Now, these are usually chicks that started out slim, but either they had a baby, they were in a happy relationship, they moved to the South, like they did something in their life to where they put on some weight. They still kept that slim frame, but they got some thickness put on some spots. So now they're slim thick. So this is like you got Ruby Rose, she's slim thick. You got Beyonce, she would be considered slim thick. Well, let me say this. Pre-kids Beyonce was more so slim thick. I think she's between slim thick and thick now. All right. So that's slim thick. All right. Then you got thick. All right. You know what I mean? Room temperature peanut butter. Now we're cooking up a little bit. All right. So this is thick, a little bit, could put some wrestling moves on you. So a good example of thick recently, if y'all haven't seen Ashanti, she did a performance for the World Series. Ashanti today is thick. Past Murder Inc. Shanti, that was slim thick. Now, let me say this. Thicks usually comes from a slim thick. Usually go from slim to slim thick to thick. So Ashanti today, when she did that thing, I should have pulled a picture up. That's my mistake. When she did the thing, and for the World Series, that's slim thick. All right. So Ashanti is slim thick. I'm sorry, thick. Sorry. Ashanti today is thick. That's considered thick. Serena Williams today is considered thick. They're not quite hefty. They're just a lot of women. All right. That's considered thick. All right. Now, you would think that you would go from thick to BBW. No, we got something in between called a hybrid. And I just made the hybrid tier up today. The reason why I did it is because I didn't know if Tim's, the artist, the female artist Tim's, I think she's Nigerian. She's very thick, like very curvaceous, very voluptuous woman. Voluptuous, would it be? Yeah. Tim's, I didn't know if she was a BBW or not. I was like, is Tim's a BBW? I took it to Instagram. Let's look at the polls. Let's see what Instagram had to say. So I asked Instagram, is Tim's thick? And the results were 72% saying no, and 28% saying yes. So majority rules, Tim's is not a BBW. So in that case, I had to make up the hybrid. All right. So a hybrid is pretty much they're like a good 2 weeks of eating good from becoming a BBW, or 2 weeks from going hard in the gym from becoming thick. Right. They can go either way. And they usually do. They usually do go either way. They'll be here, 1 year here, the other year. They go either way. So hybrids is like Tim's, very, very thick, but not quite a BBW and not quite your standard thick. Prime Pinky XXX. Pinky in her prime, she was a hybrid, because right now she's a BBW. Like, she's holding it down. Pinky today is holding it down. But in her prime, When she was really like that, Pinky was a hybrid, right? She started out thick, then she became a hybrid. Now Pinky's a BBW. And let me say this, do not, I know last week we talked about BBLs. Do not let BBLs get, y'all confused with thick and slim thick. You have to go based off of what she would be if the BBL wasn't there. Most women are slim thick. They get the BBL and you think they're thick. No, they're still slim thick. All right. BBLs don't contribute towards BBW and thickness and all that. It's about what was there before that. All right. So that's what a BBW is. Got me?
That's right. I like my girls BBW.
That's what a BBW is. A big, beautiful woman, a big boned woman, big back woman, whatever you want to call it. That's what a BBW is. So that's what we're going to be discussing tonight, right? And you have tiers of BBWs that we'll get into later. All right, we'll get into that later. Let's look at these comments. What up, y'all? Hold it down. Yeah, ayo. Yeah, ayo. Meg was thick. Old Meg was thick. Megan Thee Stallion is thick. Yes. She is not. Yes. Megan Thee Stallion is for sure. That's thick. I think when she first started, she was slim thick. But Megan Thee Stallion today, was she like 6'2"? Megan Thee Stallion is thick. For sure. Megan Thee Stallion, that's considered thick. Let's see who up in here. What's up, everybody tuning in? Meg, what up? Danielle, what up? Nikki, what up? Ayo, what up? Everybody that's in there. Yeah, so Megan Thee Stallion, that was considered thick. But we're talking about BBW, so we got to stay on track, folks. We got to stay on track. Yeah, 5'11". Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion, that's thick. Like Riley said on Boondocks, that's a big bitch. All right, now, we're talking about BBW. We're talking about the big, beautiful women. I know thick is tossed around a lot, but ladies, do not get it confused. There are a lot of dudes out here that are chubby chasers that only want the biggest of the biggest. I'm not bullshitting. And they say skinny dudes are more so attracted to that. We'll get into that later too, but some dudes are just naturally attracted to bigger women. They don't even look a slim, not even a slim thick. They don't even look their way. And shoot, my best friend, God rest his soul, Lord knows I miss him. My best friend Kendall, who passed in 2020, and I'm only saying this because he was public about this. It's not like I'm throwing dirt on him. But Kendall, let me tell you about my man's Kendall, right? God rest his soul. Kendall would proudly let you know that if you weren't a certain size, he was not dealing with you. It didn't matter how good you looked. It didn't matter. None of that shit. He only wanted big draws. That's all he wanted. Like I'm the type, I have a good range, and we'll get into it. I have a good range. But like, say like at one time, like I was only like, I had a badass slim thick joint, right? Like slim thick. She ain't skinny. She's slim, but she bounced. Like, you know what I mean? Like she got bounced. I'm like, yo, cuz like, yo, look at this. She right. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? That's my man's like, yo, look at this joint I mess with now. She right. He look at her, he'd be like, damn, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, she like that. I couldn't mess with her though. And she beautiful. She fine as hell. She probably got a great personality. He's like, yeah, she like that. I couldn't mess with her though. You know me. I'm like, bro, what you mean? Like, she's tough. He's like, yeah, but ain't enough meat on them bones. Like, he was a proud chubby chaser. And that's one thing I always respected about cuz he did not give a fuck. He would let you know. Like, every joint he dealt with was big draws. That's what we called them, big draws, right? And he was proud of it. Like, he had no shame in it. It didn't matter how good the chick looked, none of that. He only wanted heavy hitters. What Shannon Sharp say, too, something to do something. He only wanted the bigger joints. I'm not lying about it. But you know what? I can't let him take all the heat because we definitely went on some two-man with some BBWs. We definitely ran some two-man BBW missions before. I ain't gonna lie.
That's right. I like my girls BBW.
I ain't even gonna lie, cuz I can't let you take all the heat. I ain't even gonna lie. One of which I ain't even go for it. Like, all right, so he was like, yo, I got a two-man force. I'm like, all right, bet. So we pull up. He messing with his joint. She thick. She a nice BBW joint, bruh. The joint that came over like a little bit later, that was for me. Like, this joint was huge. I'm talking tall and big. Mind you, he has a BBW fetish. I don't. I don't mind having fun. I don't mind being a good sport. but I don't have a BBW fetish like he did. So he's like, cuz I got one for you. Like, I got one for you. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm thinking, all right, cool. Like, I know his lane. I'm thinking she just, peanut butter. No, hell no. This was Vaseline. This was cold Vaseline. Oh my God. She was probably like, like 6 foot at least. I'm 6 foot even, but when you tall and big, you look even taller. So she was about 6 foot, but she was huge. She was tier 3. I ain't get into that. There's 3 tiers of BBW women. You got tier 1, which is about 215 to like 245 as far as weight, 210 to 245. Then you got tier 2, which is like 245 to 295. And then tier 3, which is 300 plus. She exceeded tier 3. I couldn't fade it. I couldn't fade it. Like, that was one of them joints. Like, remember what Tupac said in Juice? He was like, "This nigga's scared." That was me. I bluffed out. I was like, "Cuz I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not ready. I'm not ready, coach. I'm not. I ain't even gonna lie, coach. I'm not ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready." He was like, "Yeah, it's a lot of ass, huh?" I was like, yo, I'm not ready. And then later on, like, come to find out, she was talking shit to him. Like, why your homeboy was scared of all this ass? I'm like, yo, what you want me to do? I'm sorry. What you want me to do? I wasn't ready. So I bluffed out. But don't get it twisted. That was the only, like, I've knocked down some joints. Like, my experience, like, let me say this first and foremost. You're not a real dude if you ain't take down some BBWs. All tiers. Tier 1 is too easy. That 200 to like 245, that's too easy. Everyone, you got to take down, you got to at least take down one tier 3 if you're a real dude. You got to take down one tier 3 BBW. So me personally, my BBW experience, I be chilling now, but it was a point where, like, again, Kendall, that's my best friend, that's my right hand man. We was with each other a lot, so we went on a few missions together. I'm gonna just say that. So I've had a few BBWs, cool, whatever. Let me say this, and anybody in the comments, all my fellas that have been through the same experience, if I'm lying, please call me out on what I'm about to say right now about having sex with a BBW chick. Not once in my many times of sleeping with a BBW chick did I last a long time. I'm gonna be brutally honest. All of them had the snot box. All of them. That's first and foremost. Number 2, it's all body. Just like it's all body, right? So like you're feeling warmth and you're feeling, no matter which way you go, no matter which way you stroke it, you're feeling all body heat, you're feeling all warmth, and then it be the snot box. Yo, I've never lasted crazy long with a BBW chick. Never. And that's just a box. We ain't even get to the mouthpiece. That's just a box. I've never lasted long with a BBW chick. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Fellas, y'all let me know if I'm lying or not. Not once. Now, I'm not saying I was in and out, like a burger joint, but I'm saying, like, yo, so don't get it twisted. Like, some dudes may not publicly come out and say they have messed with or currently mess with BBW chicks because for whatever reason, but I'm telling you, it's a real thing. It's the real deal. Kels, am I lying? If she ain't 180, she ain't if she ain't 180, she ain't lady. I like that. If she ain't 180, she ain't lady. So that's that. And then, a lot of people say, a lot of BBW chicks give the best head. Majority of them that I've dealt with have. I think at the end of the day, that comes down to the chick. You know what I mean? I know that they say because she's a BBW, she eats it like she hungry or whatever they say. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the chick. Like that's the inside thing. That's just not all. But as far as like it getting me out there quick, yes. Every BBW joint I've slept with. Yes, every single one. And like I said, there's tiers to BBW chicks, right? And you ain't a real one if you ain't at least knocked down one tier 3. And tier 3 is what? 300 plus. I ain't gonna lie. The tier 3 that I knocked down, she was past tier 3. Like, looking back at it, this was like 10 years ago. Shorty was on my bed, right? She was bent over my bed, and like I took a step back. You know what I mean? You got to admire your work at times as an artiste. I took a step back just to peep the situation, and that's when it just hit me. It was just like, oh shit, boom.
That's right. I like my girls BBW.
I'm like, yo, this chick is taking up half of my bed. I've always had what is this, queen size? I've always had a queen size bed. Shorty took up half of my bed. She was bent over. She was in the buck. She was ready to get the yada mean. And I'm just like, damn, she's taking up half my bed. I ain't gonna hold you. But you know what's crazy? She got me out of there quick.
Sensational.
She got me out of there quick. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Y'all are tuning in. It would be such a disservice for me to sit here and lie to y'all. She got me out of there quick, as big as she was. And she was big. Like, yo, she was taller than me. She was bigger than me. Like, she was big, like huge. But again, I'm always up for a challenge. So I said, fuck it, let's do it. It was great, phenomenal. And then, yeah, damn, you know what? I thought of another one too, but I'm getting carried away. I'm getting carried away. That's my experience. The big ones get you done quick. Thank you, Cuzzo. Shout out to Cuzzo and shout out to Kels. Y'all keeping it a buck. They get you out, they get you done quick. I'm not lying about it. It's the snot box, it's the warmth, it's a lot of body. It's that shit is no joke. That shit is no joke. And no, they do be eaters. I'm tripping. My best eater was a BBW. Hold up. I'm tripping. Oh, shit. I'm tripping. All right. One more story right quick. I'm tripping. Yes, my best eater for sure was a BBW, and she ate it like she was hungry. My best eater was a BBW, and she ate the yeah up like she was hungry. I ain't going to hold you. Can I keep it a buck, Cuzzo? I want to tell y'all what she did. It's because by time that, all right, so Cuzzo said, and by Cuzzo, the amazing Scar, that's my cousin, he said, it's because by time they done gobble gobble, I don't want to lift up, and you know the rest. So they gonna eat it. Cuz, let me tell you about the best eater I've ever had in my life, cuz she was a BBW, right? This was, she's from New York. Some of my best experiences with women are from New York. So she was from New York, right? Bro. So before we even get to it, and this was college. This was before I really knew how to prep myself to like last long. So before we even get to it, she giving me head, right? Bruh, I lied to you not. Mind you, she a BBW. She a tier 1 BBW, like nice, real nice, like Jill Scott type shit, right? Bro, she took my dick and balls in one hand, right? Put all 3 in her mouth.
Sensational.
If I'm lying, I'm flying. And from there, I was like, you know what? It's important to keep at least one of these in your back pocket at all times. Always. Front pocket, side pocket, whatever. You just got to at least keep one in your pocket at all times. I have yet to have that done to me to this day. She lives in New York. This happened probably like, 6-7 years ago? This is when I was in college in New York. I haven't been to New York since 2019. And even then, when I went to New York, it was a boo trip. It was a vacation, so I couldn't even apply pressure. Best believe, 8 years later, next time I go to New York,
sensational.
I got the IG. That shit ain't going nowhere. I got the IG.
That's right. I like my girls BBW.
Are we ready to get into the next segment? All right. After this segment, we're going to open up the call lines. Fellas, I want to hear y'all experiences. Ladies, if you're a BBW, call in, because again, we're showing plenty of love. We're showing love to plenty of women who are plenty of women. All right. We're calling in just a little bit. All right. We're going to open up the call line. For the next segment, again, this is all about showing love. This is day and night, showing love to BBWs. What we're going to do now is, I was doing some research. I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Today, I think COVID really did it, as far as like people really taking a health serious. It's not, I'm BBW now. Nani, no, you're not. Are you a tier 1? Nah, you're thick. You're thick, Nani. You're not a BBW. You're thick. I haven't even seen you, and I can tell you you're thick. You're not a BBW. You're thick. You're thick. But if you are BBW, you will be tier 1. I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta do my research. All right. So I was thinking, like, now it's not as many BBWs. It's still plenty of large women out here. That's all I'm saying. But I'm saying, as far as it being like really put out there, like in the early 2000s and 90s with Monique and them, like it was kind of like I'm big and I'm beautiful. What's up? Like Lizzo kind of does that, but still people are taking their health more serious ever since COVID. I mean, you said you're BBW now. I haven't seen you recently, is what I'm saying. I haven't seen you in like a year. So I'm saying, like, last time I seen you, you weren't a BBW. You were just thick. We went down the tiers. You got slim, thick, you got thick, you got hybrid, and then you got BBW. You're thick. Maybe hybrid at best, but you're not a BBW. That's what I'm saying. She need a judge. Yeah, she does need a judge. That's what I'm saying. I got to do my research. So anyway, I'm getting carried away. For our next segment, I'm going to get straight into it. Here's what we're going to do, all right? I got a top 5 list.
That's right. I like my girls BBW.
What's hybrid? Okay. All right. So for everyone tuning in that missed the beginning, I'm going to go down it real quick. Slim. You got skinny to petite to slim. This is Zendaya. This is Kelly Rowland. Slim thick. These are slim chicks who put a little bit of weight on in certain areas. Now they're slim thick. This is Ruby Rose. This is Beyonce in her prime before she had kids. Then you have thick. These are slim, thick chicks who, kept going, stretched out a little bit more, but they're just straight up thick. Cold peanut butter, cold Snickers bar, Vaseline jar in the fridge. You got Ashanti today. If you didn't see her performance at the LA Dodgers game in World Series, look it up. Today, Ashanti is thick. Past prime Ashanti was slim thick. Now she's thick. That's thick. Serena Williams today, that's thick. All right. Then you have hybrids. Hybrids are 2 weeks of eating good from being BBW or 2 weeks from working out good from being thick. They're in between. They could be either. You got Nims. You got Pinky in her prime. Pinky XXX, the porn star, in her prime. She was a hybrid. She ate good. Now she's a BBW. Hybrid can be either or. Then you have BBW, which is, BBW, big bone women, big back women, big beautiful women, whatever you want to call it. Those are the tiers of BBW women for those who missed the beginning. All right. Does that make sense? I need something thick and nasty, cold peanut butter. Yeah. All right. And if y'all missed it, I went through my experience with BBW women, but we'll get back into that later into the show. But now what we have, ladies and gentlemen, is top 5 BBW women of all time. Top 5 GOAT BBW women. All right. Whoever's calling in, I got to go down the list first. Whoever's calling in, give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. All right. Give me 5 minutes. You're welcome. That's why I'm here. That's
right. I like my girls BBW.
Top 5 GOAT BBWs. All right. Let's do it. Number 5. We're going to start from 5 and go to 1. Whoever called, call back in 5 minutes. All right. Call back in 5 minutes. Precious. Yes, Precious is BBW for sure. Even though she's with the swirl, but that's another conversation for another day. All right. Number 5, we have Danielle Brooks. Now, personally, I'm not fully hip to Danielle Brooks, but she's holding it down for the newer generation. And she's been impressive. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people brought her up. A lot of people like Danielle Brooks. I'm like, okay, cool. So I got to give her a prop. She's like today's, BBW GOAT. I would, put her above Lizzo. No shade to Lizzo, because Lizzo was very close to making this list as well, as was Tim's. I wanted to put Tim's at number 5, but 78% of the voters on Instagram said that Tim's isn't a BBW. And I also wanted to put Linnell there. So shout out to Linnell. She's honorable mention as well. I wanted to put her there along with Thick Adele. All right. Those two just missed the cut. But number 5, we're going with Danielle Brooks. She's holding it down. A lot of people rave about her. She was good on Orange is the New Black. She's glowing. She's a very attractive woman. I think she's doing her thing. So I would give her, I gave her number 5. All right. She's like, the new generation. She's holding it down. All right. So that's Danielle Brooks at number 5. Oprah, color purple Oprah for sure. All right. Number 4. We have, drum roll, please. Rosie O'Donnell. You know what? I need to stop listening to people. Rosie O'Donnell. So let me say this. My 5 was between like 7 people. It was between, is it Rachel Ray? Lisa Ray? No, not Lisa Ray. Rachel Ray, the light-skinned chick who had her own talk show. It was between Rachel Ray, Linnell, Adele when she was thick, Rosie O'Donnell, not Rosie O'Donnell, Roseanne. Fuck am I saying? Rosie O'Donnell. Nah, Roseanne. I forgot her last name. Roseanne and Kathy Bates. Like it was tough picking 5. Like number 5, it was between like 6 different people. But I ultimately picked Danielle Brooks because she's holding it down. And I asked a few people and they went with Danielle Brooks. They said she's doing her thing. I'm not hip to her, but based off of everyone that I asked and got feedback from, they said Danielle Brooks. So I gave it to her. All right, cool. Rosie O'Donnell was insane. Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm thinking she's talking about Roseanne from the show Roseanne. I was going to put Roseanne on here. Roseanne, she was holding it down for the big draws too. Okay, number 4, we have Lady of Rage. I go rough and stuff for my Afro puffs. Yeah, rock on with your bad self. So Lady of Rage, hold on. First and foremost, we're going to do an age check. Some of y'all might even not even know who Lady of Rage is. She's a West Coast artist. Some of y'all might better know her as Baby D from Next Friday. Yes, Baby D from Next Friday is number 4. And let me say this about Next Friday. Call me crazy. Craig was tripping. Baby D was cute as shit on Next Friday. She obviously was a ride or die because she rode for her little sister the long way. Now she might be a little crazy, but that's whatever. She was a hustler. Sell dope, do hair, and babysit at the same time. So when she want to take y'all out, it's on her. She was a hustler, right? And she liked to eat. She's a foodie. I'm a foodie. What? I would have took Baby D, and that's very little problems. You're out there in Rancho Cucamonga for the weekend. You know what I mean? Just have fun. You could have had plenty of fun, but instead he chose Carla, who he had to go through her 3 homicidal brothers just to get to, and he still didn't even hit. Y'all know he still didn't hit Carla, right? This nigga was daydreaming about her while he was smoking a blunt. He never hit it. Baby D was throwing it at him. Your cousin Craig. Tell him come holler at me. What's up? She was throwing it at him. And he talking about I'm gone. What? You chasing Carla? You didn't even get it. You had to go through Joker, Baby Joker, Little Joker, and Chico. Shout out to the Bull Terriers out there. Shout out to Desi. You went through all that and didn't get it. Baby D was throwing it at you. She was a hustler. She had her own money, and she liked to eat good, and she would have held you down. That's an L. That's an L. That's an L.
This is a sick Negro.
That's an L from Craig, if you ask me. That's an L. I would have went with Baby D. I don't know what y'all talking about, but I would have went with Baby D, straight up. So, yeah, Lady of Rage is number 4. Let's see what y'all talking about in the comments. Big draws. Yeah, she got to be top 5. Sheila. Who's she? Okay. Sheila, brother Mike was tripping. Sheila. Oh, please, ladies and gentlemen, relax. You cannot just brush past big draws. That's what they call big draws. That's what Kendall used to say. R.I.P. man. Like big draws. I'd be like, yo, you fuck with her? I'd be like, nah. I like them big draws. I definitely would have hit Baby D for sure. She throwing mouth right. Craig was definitely tripping. Yes. I'm glad we're all in agreement. Luenell. So like I said before, Luenell, honorable mention. It was such a tough, because the 4, I already knew who my 4 were going to be. Number 5 was between like 7 different people. And Luenell, I really wanted to put her there, but I ultimately chose Danielle Brooks. But let me give a shout out to Luenell because she is honorable mention. Luenell, she's the type that's like, I'm big and I'm a cougar. Luenell's holding it down for the BBW cougar. She like, I'm big draws, I'm a cougar, and I'll still get hit. What's good? Now, me personally, would I hit it? All right, let's get to number 3. Okay, so we got Danielle Brooks, number 5. We got Lady of Rage, number 4. Number 3, drum roll, please. Da 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 da. UNITY. We got Queen Latifah, y'all. Queen Latifah is number 3. Now, Queen Latifah, she started out the soul sister type, real deep with the roots. You know what I mean? Black queen, black goddess type. And her transition was smooth to like the home girl when she was in Fresh Prince, and then Living Single. Boom. And then she's a little bit taller too. So that's like a tier 1, tier 2 BBW when they're a little bit taller as well. Plus, Queen Latifah bad as hell. She's fucking beautiful, bro. Like straight up. Like we grew up on Queen Latifah, whether it was music, whether it was in Living Single, whether it was movies, The Last Holiday, like all types of movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's really held it down. And then she's always represented for BBWs. That movie she did with Common, where Common had to choose between her and her sister, who was like the slim joint, and then Queen, who was the BBW, who he got along with, but he chose the slim joints based off of look. But then he ended up getting back on Queen Latifah. Like, she's always been proud to hold it down. And then she's diverse. She played a freaking a dyke, like a bully dyke on Set It Off. To this day, one of the saddest death scenes. That was tough, you know, as a kid. I put that as number 2 behind G Babies. See what y'all talking about. Yeah, and she liked the girlies. Does she? Uncle Elroy wife. Yeah, Uncle Elroy wife. You talking about Sugar. Oh yeah, Craig definitely tripping. So Craig had Sugar and Baby D in the palm of his hands, and he chose the chick that had 3 psycho brothers and a bite you in the ass dog, and he still didn't hit. Craig was tripping. But yeah, I would have folded for Sugar if I was Craig. But anyway, this is Queen Latifah's moment. Yes, UNITY. Queen Latifah is easily number 3. She's been holding it down for years and years. Where the fuck is Kelly Price? Listen, it's only 5, y'all. It's only 5, and she might be number 2 or 1. We don't know. We haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, shout out to Queen Latifah. She's been holding it down. We grew up on Queen Latifah. She's always represented for the big, beautiful women. She's easily number 3 on my list. She wasn't playing gay. She is. Wait. Queen Latifah's gay? I didn't know that. Queen Latifah's gay for real? Y'all sure? I did not know that. What's his name said? Lady. He said, good evening, ladies. Looked at her and said, and gentlemen. I didn't know she was gay. Hey, more power to her. Wow, I had no idea. Okay, let's keep on moving, folks. Wow, why am I just now? Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I've never seen her with a dude or. Okay, cool. So, way over my head. Number 2, drum roll, please. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. She's married to a woman. Wait, what? Where the fuck was I at? She's married to a chick? I didn't even know she had a girlfriend. Wow. Well, she's still number 3, easily. Okay, number 2. Jill Scott. Easily. Jill Scott, aka Miss Jilly from Philly. Now that's a lot of fucking woman. Good Lord. I've always loved Jill Scott. Like I was young as shit when that album came out with Let's Take a Long Walk Around the Park After Dark. And Is It That Way? Like, we grew up on Jill Scott. So I've always been fascinated and infatuated with her music and her vibe and everything. But then once I got older and started, finding myself as a young man and finding what I liked in women, I'm like, yo, I like this. I like this. Miss Microphone. Yes, I like this. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, Ayo. I'm glad you said that. Because not only is she big and fine as hell and curvy as hell and voluptuous as hell, and then me just to be brutally honest, I'm a titty boy. Before 2 Chainz, I'm a titty boy. I love titties. I do. And her joints,
sensational.
chef's fucking kiss across the board. Like, seriously. But anyway, love me some Jill. Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. But not only that, not only is she a BBW, but she's a BBF. She's a big, beautiful freak. Jill Scott's a freak. Jill Scott is a freak. And I started putting 2 and 2 together, but we're going to start with the microphone. If y'all didn't see the video of her with the microphone, that says it all. That says it all. I mean, I'm watching that microphone and I'm imagining things and I'm just like, okay, she knows a thing or 2 or 3 or 4. She knows what the fuck she's doing and she's enjoying doing it. What did I tell y'all? That's the key when it comes to rocking the mic, ladies. If y'all enjoy doing it, because we can tell she enjoys doing it. On top of doing it, that's dangerous. On top of being a big, fine ass woman like she is, that's dangerous. Right? So I was already infatuated with her. She's beautiful as hell, but she a freak on top of that. And think about it. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. And she likes to do it in public. I'm not saying people got to be watching, but the risk of people seeing, like, she likes it in public. That's lit. In the park after dark, that's lit. That's lit. So yeah, Jill Scott, easily number 2. Easily number 2. Before I get to 1, tell me, who do y'all think number 1 is going to be in the comments? We're going to hop in the comments for a minute. Let me know who y'all think number 1 is going to be. See what these comments talking about. Yes, for real. Hillary Clinton, Ja Fat too, if we being
This is a sick Negro.
Yo, no, you did not just say Hillary Clinton is a BBW. I mean, yeah, she is, but like, what the fuck? Where did that go? Yo, Johnisha, what up? We graduated from the same high school. That's hard. That's dope. Miss Jilly from Philly, period. But you know what? Tamila Man can take me. Yeah. But you know what? Tamila Man can take me to the king anytime. Wait, that one went over my head. If you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. I like that. I knew she a freak. I already knew it. Did you do Monique already? Because that should be number 1. She could be. Let me know who y'all think is number 1. Who is number 1? Aretha Franklin. That's, hey, could be. Could be. Patti LaBelle. Could be. Could be. Who's number 1? Who is the number 1 BBW of all time? Y'all tell me.
That's right. I like my girls BBW.
Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. It's not Shaka Khan. Are we about to get straight into it? Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
That's right. I like my girls BBW.
And with the number 1 spot by unanimous decision, we have Mo motherfucking Neek. Easily. Now, I know that Monique is slimmer now, like most larger women do become at some point. But prime Monique, late 90s, early 2000s Monique, Def Comedy Jam Monique, The Parkers Monique Parker Monique, BET Awards host Monique. Monique was at the top of Black entertainment for a good amount of time in the late 90s and early 2000s. But not only was she at the top of it as a Black woman, she was at the top of it as a big draws wearing Black woman and was proud of it. She was one of the first ones that was like, yeah, I'm big. And like, yeah, Fat Girls Monique, right? The movie when she was in Africa, that Monique, untouchable. Before she got blackballed, that Monique, untouchable. But she really, truly put on for the big women and like really made a lot of big women feel good about themselves. And she ain't give a fuck. She showed it off. And she was sexy with it. She showed it off and was sexy with it. She made it sexy. She may not have been the most sexiest before, but just her energy and confidence with who she was as a woman made it so appealing and so attractive. Monique been holding it down for big women since day 1. Monique sprinted across the country so that Lizzo could crawl. Monique is easily number 1. She's slimmer now, but primetime Monique, I mean, I don't think it's even close, if y'all ask me. I think Monique, right. Professor Ogilvy, right. She applied pressure to Professor Ogilvy. He was tripping. I would have got ate up every night if I was Professor Ogilvy. Every night. But I think it ended up being a little suspicious anyway. Suspicious, eh? I think he been up a little bit suspicious anyway. All right, call line is open. Whoever called earlier, you can call back in now. The call line is open, 202-599-6992. Whether you're a guy and you have straight up, whether you're a guy and you have some experiences that you want to share, whether you're a lady and you want to give your take or experience on things, the call line is open, 202-599-6992. And while I'm waiting for y'all to call in, I'm gonna go ahead and read out some text that y'all sent in for the show. So before each show, I'm gonna put the topic up on Instagram and YouTube community, and I'm gonna let y'all know what the topic is. And I'm gonna say, send a text in if you want it to be broadcasted during the show. All right. So I only got 4 sent in, so we're gonna run through all 4. All right, here's the first one. What's the biggest woman you've ever dealt with? So I went over this in the beginning of the show. So the biggest I've ever dealt with was she superseded tier three. Tier three BBW is 300 plus. She was way past that. And she was tall too. Like this was a big ass shorty. Like this was a big chick. Like big draws, big draws, BBDs. And if you didn't hear the story in the beginning, she was very big. This was probably like 10 years ago. I'm 29. This was like 10 years ago. And she was very big, and I realized how big she was. I have a queen size mattress, and she was bent over my mattress, and I took a step back, like every artiste has to take a step back when he's looking at his painting. And like she took up like half of my bed. And I was like, yo, this is a big broad, like huge. She way past 300. But I knocked it down. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, why would I lie to y'all? Y'all's taking time out of y'all day to, see what I'm saying, talk shit with me. Why would I lie to y'all? I knocked it down. She got me out of there quick too. I ain't gonna lie. Straight up. So that was the biggest. Have no regrets. You ain't a real one if you ain't take at least one tier three down. But and over and all, if you ain't take down at least three BBWs in your time as a man, then what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? Question number 2. Before we get to that. Yo, thanks for vibing with Day at Night. Who's this?
What up, bro? It's DJ Ayo.
Hey, yo, what's happening, Brody?
Nothing, chilling, man, chilling.
All right,
I'm out here by where you be.
We're talking BBWs, Ayo. What do you got?
Well, in my opinion, I think that the people have got comfortable with big people now. So the tier of BBW has went down. Because I'm gonna say when I was in middle school, because I'm gonna be 32.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in middle school, people used to pick on girls that were shaped like Tim's.
Yep.
But now they're older, they love them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Tim's is definitely a BBW now, in my opinion.
Oh, so you're saying Tim's is a BBW and not just, she's not a hybrid, she's an actual BBW is what you're saying.
It's actually a BBW. It's just because people got comfortable with now. Because I'm a big dude. I had a girl tell me I was a chubby dude or a chunky dude. I'm like, come on now, shorty. I'm beyond.
How tall are you and how tall are you and how much do you weigh, Ayo?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of big, but I'm only 6 foot. I'm really 6 foot on a good day.
So 5'11" and a half. I run the same game.
We go 5'11" and a half. I'm over 2 something.
Okay.
I ain't got weighed in a minute, but I'm definitely a big boy.
Bro,
big boy.
Let me tell you something, bro. You realize it's getting cold out. You realize it's getting cold out right now, right?
Oh, I ain't tripping. I'm always every girl first big dude.
They looking for you right
I
now.
taking them. I take them down all year round. I ain't look at.
Come on now.
All year round.
Real quick before I ask you, so Kira said yes. When I was in high school, I got picked on so much. Now some people want to spin the block. Yeah, Kira thick as hell. Kira, Kira, you remind me of like Jill Scott. Like, yeah, you remind me of Jill Scott. But okay, I can see that, Kira. I can see that now. Cause like, yeah, you remind me of Jill Scott, and you've always been thick. I've known you since high school. You were never a BBW to me, but you were always thick. You were always very thick as hell, like very banging body. So I can see how people want to spin the block.
I got a question though. I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Was your mama a big girl, or was you have big aunts or something?
So my mom, she went from tier to tier as she had kids. So yeah, so she went tier to tier.
Girls.
Yeah,
you was more comfortable with. See, a lot of people like if a lot of people that be having like skinnier moms or whatever, they're not really used to it, so they pick on girls like that. You know what I'm saying? So like me, I had a bigger mom, so I didn't really. You know what I'm saying? My mom was like a tier 1. She was going to tier to tier. She was going to the tier. Now she probably like where Monique at right now.
Okay.
But when I was when I was in middle school, she was where Monique was at on the Parkers.
Okay. Okay. So that's why you're saying
Yeah.
you had no problems with IG. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I see that the video is lagging. I don't know why, but let me know if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, that's all that really matters because this is the call-in session. So I want y'all to hear it more than anything. But let me know on IG if y'all can hear Twitch as well, YouTube, everything. Let me know if y'all can hear the conversation because I see that it's lagging. Not sure why. I pay all this money for Spectrum and they be on this bullshit. So but let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, so Ayo, I got a question for you. Could you share one of your most memorable BBW experiences?
So I don't really do big girls because I'm a big dude. I do like if the biggest it'd be like we said, like I said, it'd probably be like tier 1. I'm not going to tier 3 like how you went there because it's just, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to be rubbing fat on fat.
Okay, and I was actually going to ask that.
So that's just my opinion. You're a slender dude, so you know what I'm saying, you can explore those mountains and crevices. You know what I'm saying? Me, I don't really, you know what I'm saying, that ain't really my opinion.
Yeah.
That ain't what I want to do. You feel me? But with me, you know what I'm saying, tier 1, so I think the biggest girl, let me think of the biggest girl I ever dealt with. This girl, she wasn't really big. She had like a small waist with a really, 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 really big butt without a BBL.
It was a BBL?
Oh, it wasn't.
It wasn't. It just looked like one. So she was slim thick. That's we call those slim thicks.
She was like, if I had a picture I could show you, she was a big girl, but like it's just like her waist was small.
Okay.
And her booty was big. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the biggest girl I ever dealt with. But then I had another one though that was misshaped. She was shaped like Despicable Me. She had like your legs and my upper body.
Yeah, respectfully. I pass respectfully. Yeah. All right, cool. We're ready to get to the next caller. Ayo, you tune in every time, brother. I truly appreciate you. Like seriously, every time you tune in, whether it's here or YouTube. We're going to get to the next caller, but I appreciate you for sharing. Okay, and I like the take that you said you consider yourself a larger dude, and you said that you don't necessarily go for bigger women. And I've noticed that because I have a few friends that are larger as well. And I've always wondered why they only deal with slimmer women. You said because you don't want to rub big on big. That kind of, adds to why, smaller dudes like bigger women. Opposites attract, I guess,
Yeah, I ain't wrestling. I don't feel like wrestling for no pussy. I don't want to wrestle for no pussy. Can I say that on here?
Say that again?
I said I don't want to wrestle for no pussy, but can I say that on here? I don't want to wrestle for that.
Yeah, this is open platform.
Yeah, I ain't trying to be wrestling for no pussy. We ain't doing that.
Got you.
I don't want to use paper clips and tape. All right, bro.
Hey, man. Appreciate you sincerely, bro.
All
right. So that was good feedback. Ayo considers himself a big dude. He says that most big dudes don't go after bigger women because they don't want to rub the fat on fat or the big on big, right? And they say opposites attract usually. So that's why you see slimmer dudes usually with bigger women. And like I said before, now it's kind of up in the air. But we'll get into that. But I made it a mission to really try to explore as many mountains and canyons as possible, in my 20s, especially in my early 20s. I'm kind of chill now, but yeah, I don't discriminate. So I've had my fair share of BB dubs for sure. For sure. All right, let's get into the second question. Calling line is open 202-599-6992. Okay, right on point. Are skinny men really attracted to BBW? Yes. Opposites attract. We see it as a challenge. We look at ourselves all day, every day. We look at a slim body in a mirror all day, every day. So like to see something different, that's something different. That's something new. That's something enticing. And enticing. You know what I mean? So we're curious. So we want to see what's good. And like I said, big woman for slimmer dudes provides heat in the winter and shade in the summer. So it's a win-win. Yes, skinny men, slimmer men are definitely attracted to BBW women. It's something new. And then like AO said, he threw the psychological aspect in there. He said if your mom was more so on the bigger side, then that will lead to you having a better chance of craving a larger woman. I just realized that This is on both sides. That should not be the case. All right, cool. So yeah, that was good stuff. Let's see what y'all talking about in the comments. Yeah, yeah, real talk, y'all, real talk. I ain't lying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. All right, so yes, to answer the question, thanks for sending that in. Question number 3. Calling line is open 202-599-6992. Time is moving. Goddamn. As someone who works out, could you date a BBW or heavy set woman? This is a very good question. Somebody has asked me this recently. Um, could I date a heavy set woman as someone who works out a lot? So for those who don't know, yes, I work out a lot, like 5, 6 days a week. Could I date a more heavy set woman today? Yes, if it makes sense. And let me say this, I take my health very serious. As far as working out, staying hydrated, and eating for the most part. I still pig out on some days, but that's because I know I'm gonna crank it up with the workout the next day, or I did that day of. So let me say this, right? If it's a thicker chick that wow, that's crazy. If it's a thicker chick that is like trying to change her life or that is in the gym, she keeps it toned. She's just thick. She's just naturally big boned, but she's in the gym and she puts in work or whatever. She goes on runs, walks, does yoga, whatever it is. If she's active and she doesn't just pig out when she eats, if everything is on point, then yes, I could. If her lifestyle is at least somewhat similar to mine. Now, if it's a thick chick, even if the chick ain't thick and she eats like a slob, she eats like a pig, and she just eats and drinks alcohol, she doesn't drink water, she just drinks soda and juices. I don't care how slim she is. I ain't dealing with that. So I'll take a thicker chick or a hybrid or a tier 1 BB dub that's like has a healthy, active lifestyle. She's just naturally thick, but she keeps it nice. She keeps it cute. She keeps it tight. I'll take that over a slim chick who just pigs out, eats whatever she wants, drinks whatever she wants, don't drink water. You know what I mean? Is not active. I'll take that all day. So it really depends on the chick and her lifestyle. Long story short, right? Because it's a lot of like, let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. And I'm just being brutally honest when I say this, right? Because I see a lot of women out here who are slimmer through high school, through college, mid 20s, maybe even late 20s, early 20s. They're slimmer, right? Naturally slimmer chicks. So they party, they don't really exercise, they party, they drinking 3 times a week, eating like fucking NFL linemen. The food ain't going nowhere. The weight ain't moving, right? And they just continuously doing this. Let me tell y'all, I have never seen a slimmer chick who does this and it stays slim. Y'all be doing this shit. Y'all don't be taking y'all health serious. Y'all be doing this shit. Alcohol puts on weight if you just let it sit. And then when you get drunk and then when you get high, what happens? You get hungry. You're dehydrated. Alcohol dehydrates you. You're dehydrated. I never see you drinking water. You only drinking soda and juice and Cokes and lemonades, snacks, 2 in the morning, chili cheese dogs, Popeyes, cheeseburgers. You know what I mean? I've never seen you cook a meal. Y'all turn up. Y'all eating tacos, Taco Tuesday on Thursdays. Y'all doing all this shit. And it never fails. Sooner or later, it catches up. It's going to catch up. That slim natural body does not stick with every chick. It's like 98%. There's some anomalies out here who, okay, their whole life they just ate like shit and did whatever, but their insides are fucked. Don't get it twisted. But there's a lot of women who were slim. They never took it serious. They're like, oh, I'm gonna be this size forever. And then what happens? That arm. They start taking them side pictures and them pictures, and you see that arm getting wider and wider. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like this, but I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm not saying this to piss nobody off, but if I do, I hope it pisses y'all off towards positive reinforcement. It is not a game. Hydrate, get active, go for walks, get in the sun, drink water, put down the soda. Soda is some of the worst shit you could ever possibly put in your body. Get rid of that shit, get active, because that slim, petite body ain't going to stay there forever. Then you're going to get bigger, and then you're going to be mad at yourself, or you're going to have a kid and you're going to be mad at the kid. It ain't the kid's fault. That's life. That's biology. That's anatomy, I think. I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, once the 30s hit, so I'm just listen. Danielle says, sounds like you had a bad experience. No, I just see it. I just see it. And again, I'm not saying this to shit on nobody. I'm someone who takes my health and wealth, my health very serious. And I'm just saying the benefits of being active and drinking water are unmatched, But a lot of people look past that shit because they're like, oh, we got to naturally, you know what I'm saying? Our body is naturally good. We ain't got to do that. We can just party all day. Alcohol puts on weight. Now, I'm not saying you should not drink alcohol because if you know me, you know I turns up. But I always have a liter of water. Like I literally have a checklist of a gallon of water a day. Let's see. This shit is not a game. I'm 1 pint away from this. See the list? That's 1 pint away from a gallon. And my pint is right here. I'm crushing this before I go to sleep. It's not a game, but those little things, I'm just looking out. I'm just looking out. I'm not trying to be rude because I've had a gut. You know what I mean? I've had to look myself in the mirror. I've had a gut. I only say the arm because that's what happens with women. For men, it's our gut. It hits our gut first. I've had a gut and I've had to get right. I had to check myself. I got a little off course, but I used to have really bad at me. I started drinking water and cut out soda, and the weight dropped tremendously. I'm telling y'all, soda is the worst possible shit you could put in your body. I'm telling y'all. Let's get into our last question. Calling line is open 202-599-6992.
That's right. I like my girls BBW.
Question number 4. How many big women have you slept with, and how big was the biggest? I already went over this a few times. But I would like someone to call in. If you have a BBW experience, call in. I gave mine. They were all great. I have none that I regret. I have none that I lasted long with, straight up. I didn't last long. And when I say, I'm not saying I'm a quick pumper, but like, and mind you, this was like a little slightly younger me. You know what I mean? Like I know how to like prep the situation now. That's the thing. I don't know if y'all know. Wait, who's this? My bad, y'all. I got a text in. Yo's with the audio on IG. Is it good? Are we coming through? The big girls went. Are we coming through? But yeah, I've never had a bad experience with a BBW chick. So don't sleep. Do not sleep. Don't think it's sweet out here. It is not sweet. Call in if y'all got something. 202-599-6992. And I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna say this as well about bigger women. Because like on Twitter and stuff, on Instagram, you'll see like a video of like a big chick, a BBW, and like in the comments, a very popular comment to leave is like, I bet it's stinking there. I've never had, it was one, but that ain't really, I've never had like a BBW chick I was dealing with that stunk. Body, arms, cat, never. I'm gonna just say that. I've had a few funk boxes that was slim, thick, slim, whatever you want to call it. I've had a few. Just to say, thanks for vibing with Day at Night. Who's this?
Yo, Day is Los, man.
Los, what it do, bro?
I'm doing good, brother. How you, man?
I'm good. We got BBWs. We're showing love. We're showing plenty of love. We're showing love to plenty of women who are plenty of women. What do you got for us?
Man, look, first and foremost, man, shout out to all the BBWs, man. I 100% agree. I just overheard you saying that, like, you know, the BBWs, man, they smell good. You know what I'm saying? 90. I would say 90% of the time for sure.
That's right. I like my girls BBW.
Straight up.
You feel me? So you know, I would just say, like, when it comes to BBW I don't know how far we're gonna get into this, but it's like, no, like, first of all, BBW is gonna treat you right. You know what I mean? And in a sense, because of society, thinking that like big girls don't need love. When they show you love, they're gonna show you maximum amount of love. You
Big
know what
bitches
I mean?
need love too, Craig.
Hey, yo, but it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Straight up.
man. Like these women, man. I mean, you probably recommend too. Like, you know, I'm a fit brother, so it's like I'm always, you know, gonna promote our ladies to, you know, be physically fit and
Yeah.
and happy and things like that. But you know, I just want to say shout out to all the BBW women. Emphasis on the beautiful women. And if you look into not necessarily get smaller, but get fit, man, you know, you gotta come around some real dudes, some real women as well, man. So I just want to say, and the big shout out to you, man. Shout out to Day at Night, man. You know, the best Instagram or podcaster, you name it, content creator in this fucking world, man.
Hey,
I'm a big
Los.
fan, yo. So peace.
I truly appreciate that, bro. Truly appreciate that, man. Like that really means a lot. All right, so we're ready to get into the nitty gritty. What did you listen to the 3 tiers that I listed out of BBW? Is 3 tiers. Did you hear me when I listed out the tiers?
No, I'm just tuning in. So like, yeah.
Tier one is like 200 to 245. Tier 2 is 245 to 295. Tier 3 is 300 plus. Which tier? What's the largest tier you've dealt with? Have you ever dealt with, whether it's date, slept with, a tier 3?
No, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I never made it to tier 2 and 3. I've been keeping it tier 1. You know what I mean? The 200, the 220, 225 type vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the heaviest I've gone. I mean, even some people a little lower, like your shit. I'm 170.
Okay.
And
So that's a good 55 pounds. 55 pounds she has over you.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But we lift that. It's cool. We can lift that.
Come on,
yeah,
baby. Come on, baby.
On,
we take it as a challenge. All right. So the tier.
On, man.
Yeah, straight
tier
up.
1.
So all right. So the tier 1, the 225-ish type. What was your experience with it? With her? Hers?
Nah, I ain't gonna. So boom, right? It's crazy. The experience with this particular woman, man. I'm gonna call her artisanal for the one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Super fly girl. Super smart. I think like with the BBWs, bro. Like, I mean, because they know, like, you know, size is a thing. X, Y, Z. They hit you with. They got some woo to them. You know, if they fucking with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm not the one. Like, you know. Shooting at BBWs. However, you know what I'm saying, if I catch me one. If you know, we chatting it up, whatever, things like that, you know, it's easy. But this particular woman, man, you know, she's been eyeing me for a while. It's crazy. We met in college or whatever, and at the time I kept it straight up. I was like, listen, I don't really date girls, you know, heavier set girls with that's then a third. And this girl was like, yo, look, I'll lose some weight for you, X, Y, Z, man. When she threw it on me, I ain't gonna hold you. She ain't had to lose no weight. There was enough. Hey, again, the BBWs can do their job and do it well. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's sensational for 100,000%, man. Again,
let me ask you this, Los.
I'm gonna ask man. Yo,
because I've put this out there, right? Let me ask you this. You said she put it on you, and it sounds like it had a great impact on your life. Let me ask you this.
Sure.
In the grand scheme of things, did you last long with her when y'all had sex?
Yeah, man. I think so. Like for me, it's like, so you got it's some tiers to, you know, these BBWs you could take dick. You know what I mean? You got some who devour it, and you got some who's like, because they haven't had it in forever how long. So
yeah, some big joints who take out.
She definitely was a taker, man. You know,
I'm talking about more so for you, because my whole
for
thing.
Me, oh no.
Go ahead.
I'm there. I was with it. I was with her every sound of the way. I mean,
good for you, brother.
She was over before. You know what I mean? Respectfully. So nah, it's valid. But I definitely know what you're talking about, though. Again, because I think it's such a I wouldn't say an oddity, man, but I think because, like, you know, certain men are like either afraid or like not trying to be judged, X, Y, Z. Like it's a lot of niggas being their head when it comes to BBW women. But more importantly, dog, like I think the women who may have not been touched in a long time, man, yo, it's just waiting, bro. It's just waiting. So to any brothers listening, like, yo, you definitely have to go in with some scuba gear. You definitely gotta know how to swim.
Snot box.
Yes, She gonna take care of you, man. She gonna take care of you. 100%.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Yeah, and you're definitely on point. And like we were saying, a few callers before said like today is kind of becoming more like people are like coming out of their shell as far as dealing with bigger women. But then at the same time, it's like since COVID, people have taken their health a little bit more serious with things. So it's kind of like a weird space because we were just at a point where like, dealing with larger, thicker women, you know what I'm saying? Because like Kira, who said in high school she used to get picked on, and then now people be spending a block for her. She's thick, like she's very like a very thick and attractive woman, and like that's like the thing now. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone wants thick. That's why chicks getting BBWs. Everyone wants thick now. You know what I mean? So like I think it's becoming more acceptable, depending on what I'm saying, the dude and how comfortable he is with himself. But all in all, yes, you're definitely on point with everything that you said. And I asked if the only reason I asked if you last long is because like I was saying like most BBWs I've like had sex with, I didn't last all day. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm not saying I was like in and out, but I'm saying like it was like, okay, this caught me by surprise. Hold on, let me reload. Let me get a
exactly.
Yeah,
And like
like snack.
Like like I said, man, look, I my experience, and I mean, I smashed too, but it's like these BBWs be eaters, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like they eat, bro.
Did you
more?
Go ahead. My bad. I mean to cut you off.
What you about to say?
Nothing. I mean to cut you off.
No, I'm good. That was the period, bro. That was the big dot at the end of that.
I don't know if you heard the story I told earlier. My best eater that I've ever encountered, and this was 8 years ago when she still has this effect on me. Best eater I've ever had in my life was a BBW from New York.
Come on, man.
From New York. She was sensational to the bone. To the bone. Woo.
Listen, man. I would say this too to add on to that, man. Like one of my best eaters was also a BBW from Jersey. And to add on to that, I would just say, man, look, if you want to start BBW wars, man, East Coast versus West Coast BBWs, I think East Coast got it because like we part of the original colonies, man. These BBWs go back historically from the beginning of our nation. You know what I mean? So BBW's been around since Aunt Jemima. You know what I mean? So you got to think about the OG BBWs, man. Like these women are the backbone.
Florida
of our
Evans.
country. Florida, hey.
Florida Evans. Yeah, they've been around. Come on now.
Come on, man. Hey, you think John Amos was really getting paid that much? Nah, he stayed around. He stayed around for something. Rest in peace, John Amos, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, all right.
But nah, man. Hey, I again, man. I appreciate you. I just wanted to tap in with you, man. Again, day and night, man. Day by day. Day by Day TV on YouTube. Make sure everybody subscribe. You know what I mean? Follow on Instagram. Any other platforms my brother got, man. Bro. Shout out to you, bro.
Los, appreciate you, man. Much love, bro.
All right, man. I'm telling them, man.
Peace. Much love to Los. Proud friend of the brand for a very long time. Shout out to Los, man. Yeah, he was on point. He was on point with everything. Let's see what we got going. How much time we got? We got about 15 minutes left. He said East Coast versus West Coast. I've only dealt with one West Coast BBW chick, which is crazy that it's even one to think about. But it was on a cruise. She was Hispanic. I don't know if she was Mexican, Honduras, Guatemala. I know she was Hispanic. But it got a little crazy. She kind of got a little stalkerish on me, so I had to swerve. Like, and she was cool. She was a freak. Yo, listen, hold on. Okay, bet. We're going to close out with this since nobody want to call in. I see that people are going on Carnival cruises a lot now, right? Shout out to my family for being hip to the game. We've been going on Carnival cruises since I was like 10 years old. But the first Carnival I went on as an adult, I was 23. Hands down the best week of my life. Like when we boarded, like after the week, I was depressed. Like a good 3-4 weeks. I was literally depressed. That's how fun that Carnival cruise was. But like I said, I hooked up with this Hispanic chick on the cruise and she was a freak. So for those who don't know, Carnival cruises, they got the pool deck. And on the pool deck, it's like, decks on top of decks. And they got like like what are those like canopies, like the joints you can sit on, the type things you can sit on, right? So it's like we're at the club. She buys me a drink. I look over. She come over. She shoot her shot. And I was feeling her. She was a cute joint. She had body. Like she was thick. She was a BBW joint, but she had body. She was cute, little Hispanic joint. I was like, what's up? From the West Coast. I was like, all right, this is new. What's good? Man. So it's like lounge chairs, like side pool lounge chairs on the pool decks, right? So she takes me to the joint, I think, or I don't know, but we're like walking around the ship. It's like 2 a.m, and we go on the pool deck joint, the pool deck area, right? And we sit on one of the little things, and it has like a tent, but it's like 2 a.m. We're outside. Yo, she got the chewing me up right there. That shit was so lit. Cause like you look up and it's like you're in the middle of the ocean. So you just see all these stars. And then you're getting the ultimate chewage on top of that. Someone walked by, but I mean, it was a worker that walked by, but I'm like, yo, he's probably seen this a million fucking times. And it was lit. That night, you know what I'm saying? She came to the room. I knocked a hole in her drawers. Like it was lit. I put it on her. I ain't gonna hold you. But things got a little bit weird. I ain't gonna lie. Things got a little bit weird. Like she was on some stalker shit after that. Cause like, when you go on a Carnival cruise, you have dinners and you have tables designated to you for each dinner that you go to with your family. And she was on a friend's trip. I was with my actual family. She was on a friend's trip. And like their table was kind of close to ours. So at dinner, like every time I looked up, she's staring at me. And not just staring at me, she's staring into me. Like every time I looked up, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And then like she would just pop up. Like she would just pop up. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But that's not the worst part. That's not the worst part, folks. Hold your draws. That's not the worst part. So I'm at like either a comedy show or a concert, something. It's like 9 or 10 at night. And she walks up on me. Now on the cruise, you have your phone, but there's no really service or Wi-Fi or nothing. You have to buy Wi-Fi. I didn't buy that shit. But she had bought Wi-Fi. So like you buy Wi-Fi if you want to use social media. So I never told her my name. At least not my last name. I might have told her my name was Davon, but I never told her my name was my first and my last name, right? So she walks up on me, scares the shit out of me. It's like, oh shit. I look down at her phone. Facebook is open. She's like, she doesn't have her phone out, but I can see what's going on her phone. Facebook is open, and my first and last name is in the search bar on Facebook. I was like, nah. I had to get up out of there. Evacuate mission.
This is a sick Negro.
I had to get up out of there. But no, Carnival cruises are lit. That's just one story I'm going to tell. I can't really go into everything that happened on that cruise ship, but I'm going to just say like that night was like, I'm not saying I did that every night on the cruise, but a Carnival cruise is a great time. I'm going to just say that a Carnival cruise is a great time. I think it kind of got a little too hot now. You know what I mean? Like too many people caught wind of it and they kind of putting it all out there. And then, you know what I'm saying? You got people that's going there just to be, just to be horn dogs or just to be, you know what I'm saying, the type of people that show up to a function and either shoot it out or fight it out or just stand there and not do nothing at all. But fellas, I definitely recommend a Carnival cruise because you'll be outnumbered no matter what. Because you got girls trips that they're usually on. They're usually either on a girls trip or a family trip. It's usually way more women than men on them Carnival cruises. At least the time I went. I don't know if I just lucked up or what, but like I literally couldn't do like a week wasn't enough. I'm gonna just say that. See what y'all talking about in the comments. Carnival cruise coochie is a vibe. Los know what I'm talking about. Knocked a hole in her drawers. Yeah, you can still haven't patented or trademarked it yet. You should have waited till the night before you got off the boat. I mean, I ain't know what was to come. You know what I mean? I was just trying to, I ain't know what was to come. She burnt the candle for you. Probably did. Fuck that. Yeah, probably did. Let's get married. Yo, I'm going on Virgin. Wait, I'm going on Virgin all adult cruise. Are you saying you're going on a cruise that's I don't know why this shit is freezing. See, this is StreamYard. I'm done using this shit after tonight. Are you saying, John Nisha, are you saying that you're going on a cruise that's all virgins? Is that what you're saying? Are you going on a cruise that's all virgins, but can't people lie and say they're a virgin? Like just to go on a cruise? They're like, yeah, I'm a virgin, but they're really not. Is that a thing? Could they do that? No, Virgin the company. Oh, okay. Virgin the company. Okay, got you. Virgin, the brand. I didn't know Virgin had cruises. I know which you're talking about Virgin Mobile. I know the brand. I had no idea they had cruises. Way over my head. Yet again, this is like the fifth time tonight something has gone over my head. I had no idea that Virgin had cruise lines. I'm gonna have to do my research. But yeah, cruises are dope. And then all adult joints, yeah, that'd be fun. All adult joints. Every I really I can't even get into it. I can't even get into it. Nah, I can't even get into it. But it was lit. Imma just say I went with my family. I can't even get into okay, I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'm not gonna put it on the screen, but I'll do this. I'll do this. Yeah, I didn't know Virgin. I'll do this. As far as the cruise, when I went on, I think I was 23. I was either 23 or 24. It was a great time the whole way through, and that was actually yeah, the cruise was dope. Carnival Cruise, that was actually the first threesome I had my I had a three I'm not gonna I had a threesome on a cruise. It was dope. It was dope. Because you gotta think about it. You're on a cruise full of people who are usually drunk and they're just there to party with complete strangers on a boat in the middle of the ocean. So people are just trying to leave it there. People are just trying to leave it there. Like it's a vibe. But an all adult cruise, yeah, you're gonna have a good time on that. That sounds like a fun time. I might have to look into those. I might have to look into those. All right, so my ending time was 12:30. It's 12:22. If anybody wants to call in, you're more than welcome to. I don't like how this is lagging. This is as a perfectionist, this is really throwing me off. I went on Carnival when I was 21. It wasn't lit because I was with my corny people who didn't want to do shit. So I had is okay, yeah. When you go on a cruise, you have to have a partner in crime. Like the only reason I was able to do what I did when I was on the cruise was because I had my partner in crime, my cousin Marcus. Shout out to Marcus. This was Marcus. Look, this was him. Let's see. Can you see? You see him laid out? And mind you, Marcus, yo, when we went on a cruise, he just came from doing a bid. Like, I think like a week or two after his bid, he wasn't even supposed to leave the country. Once we docked back in Florida, they tried to keep him in customs because he wasn't supposed to leave the country. So we were roommates. This is our bottles from that week. I don't know if you can't see it. Nah, you can't see it. I guess if I hold it right here, wait, like this. This is our so you got I'll point it out. Okay, so you got 2 white Hennessy bottles, you have a bottle of wine, you have 3 regular Hennessy bottles, you have 2 Crown Royal bottles, and you have a 1738 bottle. That was just from me and him through the whole week. Through the whole week. Oh, he's free now. I'm saying, like, when we went on the cruise, right before the cruise, he came from doing a bit to going on a cruise. So it was lit. Like, it was like, "Yo, cuz, what up? We turned up." But, I really can't show y'all everything I want to show y'all, but just know it was a great time. Every here and there after, scroll through these to reminisce, like, what a great time that was. And we were supposed to go on a cruise again, and this was 2018, 2019. We were supposed to go again in 2020, but then that's when no, we were supposed to go again in 2019, but because we were supposed to go to Cuba, but Trump did something to where Cuba couldn't be accessed or something like that. I don't know. Some shit like that. Carnival Cruise, highly recommend. Well, listen, man, that's all we got for tonight. Everybody that tuned in, I truly appreciate y'all. Let me stop this recording. Whether you're watching on Instagram, whether you're watching on Twitch, whether you're watching on YouTube, I truly appreciate you for tuning in. This is every Thursday night at 11 o'clock. And you may be asking why so late, because I don't get off work till 10 o'clock on Thursdays. Because I run basketball leagues, adult basketball leagues, and our last game when we finish at like 9:30. So I don't be getting home till like 10:30. And plus, late night shows like Jimmy Fallon and all that shit, they don't start till like 11:15, 11:20 p.m. anyway. So you know what I mean? It is what it is. We're adults. But I'm going to start. I usually do it on Thursdays because it's Thirsty Thursdays and people typically stay up because it's Friday the next day and you can kind of wing it, you know, on a Friday. So we're here Thursdays, but because of Halloween, I did Wednesday this week. So that's, can I end it on YouTube by itself? So yeah, so that's how we doing it here. Let me go ahead and end it on YouTube so I can play the song that I really